are almost halfway through the list. For those of you who are wondering how we're doing on timing and stuff, I'm gonna give everyone like 2 songs until it starts getting closer to the end, then we might go down to just 1 song, depending on timing. So just heads up, that's what's going on. We're still rocking and rolling here at Moongo till 10 p.m. So we have Jesus Patino coming up, and we have Michael C. on deck. Take it away, Jesus.
Yes, comedy. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, it's my first time, guys. It's always been on the bucket list of mine to do one of these things. In college and in high school and all through my educational career, I was a class clown. And everybody's always told me, it's like, hey, you should do stand-up comedy. And I'm like, all right, then I'll give it a shot. So here I am now, finally just going with it. And I'll tell you guys, I see some college students here, and I'll give you guys some of my experience here in college. So when I was going to school, I actually graduated from UCI as a biomedical engineer. And I started working as an R&D engineer in Abbott. So when I was going to college, I actually failed like 6 classes as an engineer. And I was talking to my engineer folks, and they're like, yeah, it's pretty common, man. Honestly, if you fail less than 8, you're doing pretty well. And I'm like, oh my God, are we learning anything here? And I really like taking the difficult teachers in college, because the difficult teachers are the funniest ones. So I had a math professor in college, and he was really difficult, and I was really struggling in class. And this one time, he asked a question. I had the answer. I was like, this is it. I'm gonna prove him wrong. He's going down. And after I answered the question, he said, Jesus, are we still talking about math? Because this is a math class. And I'm like, oh man. I was like, that is troublesome, man. So I ended up continuing his class. I ended up taking the final exam, and I went to his office hours. I was like, hey man, I'm failing your class. I got like 30% in your class. Let's say I aced this final. What do you got for me here? He's like, Asus, through some miracle, you passed this final exam with a C 70%. I will pass you just because you're so motivated. And I was like, all right, here it is. All right, he's giving me a chance. I got this. So I took the final exam and failed it. I mean, absolutely destroyed it. Got like 20%, didn't go well. I went to his office hour just because I just like talking to this guy, and he was like, Asus, did you even try? And I was like, oh my God, don't say that, man. I tried my best right now. And then he was like, Asus, maybe you should change your major. Like, people change their major all the time. And I was like, nah, that's not an option. He's like, why are you taking my class? He's like, I like you. You like to talk trash to people. And it makes it so much fun. Like, the difficult teachers are the ones that you actually learn something, because those people make you think outside the box. So that's why when I was in college, I took the difficult teachers, and that's probably why I failed 6 classes, but it was a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. And so since I was an engineer, I know Valentine's is coming up, and a lot of you folks here, who's single here? And all right. Yeah, so when you bring up Valentine's Day as an engineer, everybody just stays quiet, just like this room. They're like, oh, hold on. Let's not bring that up, man. Those aren't good memories. Engineers don't have dates. We just study. And I was like, all right, yeah. That's understandable. We're all a little weird. So engineers, they're not really good with the ladies. So when I first got my first girlfriend, I was an emotional wreck. I mean, all over the place. She was talking to this guy, and I remember like, hey, is he hitting on you? And then she was like, no. And I was like, well, why isn't he? I was just all over the place. It was my first one, and I didn't know how to act or how to be. So that was an experience. So yeah, I was like, why isn't he hitting on you? She was like, you're crazy. And I was like, oh yeah, I know. This all a little crazy. So I ended up in college. I know I'm bringing up a lot of college jokes because a lot of you guys are in college. My nickname in college was Super Nerd. So I would dress up in spandex, and I would go to class, as a superhero. And my utility belt had school supplies. You know, I even had condoms. I know you guys are thinking like you're an engineer, you didn't use condoms, why'd you bring them? I was like, just in case, guys, just in case. So in my path to finding my costume for Super Nerd, I was looking for spandex. And men's spandex, I don't know if you guys ever looked at men's spandex and women's spandex. Women's spandex, whole lot better. Whole lot better, yeah. I was looking at men's spandex and they put a lot of emphasis on the reproductive organ. Yeah, like men's spandex make the reproductive organ like come out, like really, you know, slong it out there. Yeah. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I can't wear that in public. There's no way. And I was like, no, I don't want to wear these men's spandex. So I moved on and I saw women's spandex. And I was like, all right, you know, let me try this on. You know, these look pretty good. So then I tried them on and I sent pictures to my mom and she was like, Sus, no, what are you doing? She was like, it's okay to wear that at your house, but don't wear that outside. I was like, what? It's okay to wear it inside but not outside? Isn't that like the definition of someone coming out of the closet and being gay? Did mom just tell me to stay in the closet? Don't come out of the closet? It's like, Mom, it's 2022 or 2023 now. You can't say those things. Yeah, so I used to go to college and I used to wear this superhero costume because I really enjoyed doing jokes. And then after I graduated from college, I ran for governor of California. Yeah, no. It was a big decision. I know some of you guys are like, man, that must be part of the joke. It's not. No, guys, I ran for governor. And then I met some guy on the bus, and he told me, hey, like you're a funny guy. Like when you told me you ran for governor, I couldn't stop laughing. Like you should be stand-up comedy. I was like, damn, I'm super serious right now. I'm not. I'm really running for governor, man. And I was like, all right, now I'll do this skit, and I'll come up and I'll tell people that I ran for governor. Yeah, so ran for governor, went to charity events, you know, talked to people, and a bunch of people kept saying like, aren't you too young? And I was like, no, I'm old enough. I can do this. Totally got this. And yeah, so I lost the race, of course. I know that's why I'm standing here, and the election's already over. But yeah, I'm gonna keep running, and hopefully I get to do some stand-up comedy along the way. And hope you guys enjoyed the story. I've always learned that you know, I'm not really good at punchlines. I'm just good at like telling stories or you know doing some little acting and you know moving around my tenacious attitude here. So. Thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, hope to see you guys again.
Yeah, superhero costume is epic. All right. Anyways, nice job, Jesus. Thank you so much. So next up we have Mike.